Hey everybody, welcome back to the live stream. I'm Christopher Dahl. Hey, it's Wednesday night and we're back live. Thank you all so much for being here. Edie's here from New York City. Hello, Edie. How are you doing tonight? And we have Andrew. Hello, Andrew. Good to see everyone. And thank you again for joining us on another Wednesday night. Let me kick off some jams here. We're going to go ahead and just kick this off. It's the creator mix. So as always, let me know if it's too loud, not loud enough, any of that kind of stuff. As always, and we don't know what we're going to get. It's just a mix. Need more cast credits from the Holy Grail Moose credits. I really wanted to do the cutaway to the dancing llamas from the Holy Grail. And honestly, I just watched it a couple of weeks ago. It's so great. Hey, Wes is here. How you doing, Wes? Greetings. Hello, hello. Alrighty. We have a great stream here tonight. We put a little poll in the Discord to see what we wanted to do tonight, and the winner was Casein. So thank you everyone for dropping in on your opinions. I kind of wanted to do that too. This is going to be a lot of fun. Back when we were great, back when we could do anything, we went to the moon with vacuum tube technology. Right? Hey, it's never really a question of the engineering to get to the moon, Edie. It's always been the question of money. Just think back to the great movie, The Right Stuff. No bucks, no Buck Rogers. So that's what it all comes back to. Hey, Joe's here. Hello, Joe. Good to see you tonight. Great to have you all on board. And we have Fallout Gamer. Hello, hello. I got a great crowd. This is fantastic. So we have some exciting stuff coming up in the fall. Let me just get to that real quick before we get along with the painting here tonight. I'm looking forward to it. So this weekend, Stephanie and I are going to head out of town briefly to go retrieve the rest of our stuff. That's right. We are finally, after being here, it's going to be a year. We signed papers. I think Stephanie's watching. We signed papers to this house on October 16th, if I'm not mistaken. No, we signed papers earlier. It was the handoff was the 16th of October last year. So yeah, we are gonna head out to we're gonna head out. Go get the rest of our belongings. Hey, Heidi's here. Hello, how are you doing, Heidi? Good to see you. Wes says LA is finally starting to cool off. Oh, thank God. So is Florida, strangely enough. Hey, I've been watching this Ryan Hall, y'all, over on YouTube. An excellent live. He's running a live stream. He's a weather nerd, a self-professed weather nerd, and he runs a really cool live stream. I just kind of ran into him for the first time. Just gave you a big blue thumb. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I always forget to ask if you like the live stream. Go ahead and hit the like button. That helps everything. And YouTube is taking off, everybody. That's right. You are getting in on the ground floor of the Empire of Space Art by Christopher Dahl. Oh, sorry. Evil person coming along. Oh, that's great. Excellent. Weather's been gorgeous lately. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, good, Edie. I know. New York, man. I tell you, summer's in New York. Holy smokes. Follow Gainer. Hugs. Oh, cool. Corporate America will build the moon base and then make oxygen a subscription service. Right? I would, without going too far into it, I would never be in a spacecraft or a space base with Elon Musk, because the minute an oxygen dilemma came up, you'd be out the airlock. That's it. You'd be out. Forget it. You'd lose. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, yeah, we're going to see some exciting stuff, Edie, in the next few years. I'm pretty confident of that. I like the direction it's going in. But anyway, so yeah, the live stream. Okay, we're going to be out of town this weekend. We're going to go get the rest of our stuff, which is great because that's all the models. It's all the rest of my art tools, model tools, furniture. I'm going to get my Aeron back. I'm going to finally get my, and hopefully it has survived the move. Hopefully, thank you. Anyway, so that's exciting. And we were talking today about all the live streams that I want to add, the ones that I've talked about for so long, a model building live stream. We want to do another studio day live stream, kind of like what I'm doing here, but maybe with longer format projects. And so I'm trying to get those lined up, of course. And as you can see behind me, I already have we're going to do the models on this bench over here. It's strewn because I'm doing a test run. I'm doing a test run of a model. Which one? I have the This is the hey, look, it's a starship. Yeah, this is the Enterprise from Star Trek Discovery in this beautiful box by Round 2. If you want to build a Star Trek model, get a Round 2 kit. They're really nice. I love them. It's fantastic. So we're going to do a model live stream, and I'm trying to figure out the days and to get it on the schedule and be better about the schedule, because I know a lot of you who followed me along last year was a little light on the content. So thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate it. Glad you're going before the snow hits. Oh, seriously, thank you. Thank you, Mom. Yes, I am. Me too. Very much looking forward to getting everything back before the snow hits. I'm looking forward to eating off of our real plates again, because we've had these RV plates, which I love, by the way. I think they're the coolest thing, but it just isn't the same. So anyway, it's little things like that I'm so excited about. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Let's see, catch up here. Andrew says, yeah, it's a free visit to the moon, unfortunately. You'd rather have Elon Musk in charge of a moon base than Mark Zuckerberg. I think both of them just use their money and get there. That's it. That's a false choice, right, Wes? Ooh, model builds here too. Yes, Fallout. Okay, we're gonna do models. I've been dying to do. I did a couple before the move, and it was a ton of fun. And I thought, okay, I got to do this. We absolutely have to do this. So the bench is getting set. I actually have my airbrush set up here too, which is really nice. It's working out great. It needs a new valve, but I can deal with that. It works out fine. You've been thinking of building a couple of the mini Bandai Star Wars model. Oh, that's the other one. Okay, yeah. Hey, seriously. I think this is going to be the first one for the live stream. Are you ready for this? It's funny you mentioned it, Wes. I have this gorgeous little, this is the mini, Bandai makes these tiny kits, and they're gorgeous. Yes. Except for the original Star Trek, the franchise leaves no interest to me. All right. Ban her. No, I'm kidding. It's all good. Unfortunately, you're going to see a little Star Trek. That's just going to happen. But look at the details. I don't know if you can see it. The camera's not going to capture it. But yeah, this one's going to be a paint job. Let me see if this one will. I know my other camera will capture it. But I tell you, Wes, good choice. I love these kits. And I think I have the Blockade Runner and the Millennium Falcon in my stash that were assembled but not painted. The Bandai kits are great. Even unassembled or even unpainted, they're gorgeous. So yeah. Andrew says, I still need a Galactica model. I know, right? Oh, Andrew, they're getting hard to come by. If you have any interest in the Mobius models, I would suggest you get onto eBay quick. or get a 3D printer. I know someone that has a file. Let's see. Cool. Let's see. I love TOS the most, but other than the JJ Abominations, all Trek is good. Yeah. I agree. I'm there with you, Wes. I mean, and even I don't mind the 2009 JJ movie for what it is. And I kind of like Star Trek Beyond for where it tried to go in parts, but yeah, they're mostly they're weak. We won't even talk about Into Darkness. Oh my gosh, yes. All right, the drink tonight. Sorry about that, folks. A little ginger ale this evening. Yes, not going to mention the name. Oh yeah. So you never got around to a Viper Mark II. That's right, Andrew. You'd expressed an interest in building one of the models, but I've got a few of them. So I think Galactica models will definitely be on the list. But I love that little Star Destroyer. I almost use that as my test model, but it's going to be a good one. I think that one you could do in a night. It's basically a paint job. Yeah, he blew up Vulcan. Oh, Wes, yeah, don't get me started. Oh, jeez, so much to dislike about it. It was silly. Anyhow, Cool. So that's coming. So I'm getting close to announcing those days, but in talking with Stephanie, it's very possible that some of the additional live streams might not start until after the first of the year. We'll see how it goes. I do want to do a couple of test runs, but they're not going to be a regular feature until the first of the year. That's just probably what it's going to take to pull everything together. Plus, we're in the fall. We're getting into crazy fall holiday seasons. It's just going to be the way it goes. So yeah, and finally, I've been mulling this one over for a while, and it's the first time I've mentioned it to anybody on the live stream. Actually, Andrew, I think you're the first person I mentioned it to outside of anyone. So you've seen the Forgotten Futures that's up here next to my face, which obviously is the intro. But I've debated doing a weekly podcast, as everybody else in the world has done a podcast. So I might give that a shot as well. And it would be centered around a couple of angles. One, obviously science fiction subjects, and possibly from more of a critical, like instead of just the fan bit, which will be there as well, but a little bit more of the maybe a critical thinking bit on science fiction. In addition, since obviously we are a space art live stream, I am a space artist, so topics about art, artistry, creativity, these are the things that obviously anyone that's in a creative field is drawn to and runs into issues with. And I think there's plenty of material to dive into on a weekly format. So that's something I'm pulling together. And I think that's going to be starting probably around the same. I wouldn't do that any earlier than the first of the year, but it's going to be fun and it's going to be pretty cool. So I think we're going to see if we can't ramp things up in the old Space Art by Christopher Dahl space. So yay. And I'll actually have to get my hair cut for all of this. Oh my gosh. They haven't seen it. Oh my gosh. I'm assuming you're talking about Galactica. I read that it's woke and that's enough. What? Oh my God. Don't worry about that. Yeah. All right. Well, let's be perfectly clear here. By anybody's definition, all of Star Trek is woke, whatever that means. So there you go. And for that matter, pretty much all of science fiction in general. So yeah. Anyhow, all right. So let's get to the painting. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, we've got. Let me kick it on over to the old art view here. Bum bum bum. Da, 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 da. And I've got my palette cam. Let's see if I can't get a little better view on the palette cam. I can't, so it's going to have to just be me doing this. Awesome. There we go. Pulling everything over. Yay. Da, 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 da. All righty here. But yeah, so it's fun. I'm trying to. I actually have black fabric over here. We're making it cooler. Bit by bit, we're having a good time. Oh my gosh! All right, let's see here. I can't see my chat. That's the damnedest thing. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing new and original. That's right. Yeah. Bum-ba-dum. Yeah, there's plenty new and original out there. We just happen to talk about things that we see and like. So there we go. But I'm going to kick this music right to the absolute curb because honestly, this is boring me to tears. So let's get in some jams, shall we? There we go. A little bit more fun. Oh yeah, you remember the how awesome it was when we made that? Were you there for the Iwata Eclipse airbrush, Wes? That was fun. Yeah, and honestly, that was the first time I tried any kind of a model on live stream. Maybe that was the only one that I did. I think, but so yeah, that was a good time, and I'm looking forward to getting that one back. It's still in storage. But yeah, and what a great little kit. I don't know. I had this for a while. I was kind of thinking that maybe my my model days were done. I'm not sure. So, but then I don't know. I saw that kit. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's check this out. So let me get some paint here. I'm gonna do a little. Let's pull out the cobalt blue, and let's see what else do we want. Want some cobalt blue. I'm gonna go with my rose red. I'd forgotten about all my colors here. Well, let's see. Oh, I could do this. All right, maybe I should just do it that way. There we go. Got a little bit of cobalt blue and my rose red. Bum-ba-dum. Hey, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. There we go. Awesome. Hey, thank you, everyone. Yeah, we're having a good time. We're gonna do a little painting. So let's see here. Bum-ba-dum. Let me talk a little, before I go too far with the paint, let me talk about what I'm painting on. These are a little smaller tonight, I realize. What I have here, I'm going to start with this one, because we're actually going to probably start painting on this. This is a piece of, well, Casein makes this one. So the people that make mat board or, you know, for paintings and printing and so forth, that's who these people are. But they also make illustration board, which means that there's actually a layer of, it's kind of like Strathmore or Bristol board. So it's really a good surface for drawing and for painting. So that's pretty much almost exclusively what I've painted on when I've done Casein. Casein needs a little bit of a hard backing. You can't do Casein on canvas because basically it's not structural. It'll crack and fall off, basically. So that's one board. The other board here, this is a pre-gessoed piece of masonite. Strangely enough, it's made by Richardson, the same company that makes the Casein paint. So there we go. Yeah. Alrighty. So I've done a couple of paintings on their boards. This is a 6x9 inch card, if you will. And because the gesso has been grayed down, it's really fun to paint in because you don't have to, like, you're basically coming in at 50% gray, and you can kind of go either direction with the light and the dark. It's actually really cool. So I may go to this, but because the paints haven't really been used in a year, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna paint on this card. We're gonna work with this one. There's already a pencil mark. I think this was an edge card at some point, which is fine. We could still use it. Yeah. Let me. Gosh, I gotta grab my drink. Throat's feeling a little scratchy tonight. I'm not sure if it's just the weather changing. Oh yeah, Edie, you'd asked about the weather change. Yeah, we have it's been a little rainy, a little cold. The cats are feeling it. All right. And what are we going to paint? Well, you know what? It's probably going to be a sci-fi scene of some kind. All right, so I've got those two. I've got my cobalt. Let me put them back up. Rose red, kind of like a magenta. It's basically quinacridone magenta is what it is. Cobalt blue. Let's see. I don't think I was hopeful. I think I have cerulean blue, but I think this is one of the dead ones from even before. Let me see here. It's pretty thick. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my medium, the liquid medium that the Casein has. That makes it liquid. So I don't know if I can really work with this one. This one might be a trasher. We'll see. This is a constipated tube of cerulean blue, folks. Very bad news. All right. We're going to try this. This is probably going to explode if I put too much pressure on it. So maybe that's not the right approach. Yeah, I think that's useless. Anyway, I'll keep it handy just in case. Sometimes when you have the base, when you actually have the medium for it, you can usually rescue those. Yeah, like a sci-fi scene. Yeah, like Spaceballs. A sci-fi scene? I thought it was the Bob Ross Nature Channel. Haha. If only Bob Ross had gone to the dark side. Oh my gosh, this isn't even like paint. This is like, yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna put here we go. I need another one of these. So what we've got here, all right. No way, man. Scored. Okay, there we go. Where'd my garbage go? There we are. The peculiar casein paint smell. Greetings. Alrighty. Ba-ba-dum-ba-bum. Who's in here? Rhonda's here. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing tonight? Good to see you, Rhonda. Thanks for joining. We're trying to find the casein paints that don't suck. No, that's really terrible. Here we go. I've got a violet too. I should probably grab this one. Is it the violet? I think the violet will work. Let me just start testing them on here. Oh yeah, this one's actually good. Yeah, this one was a new bottle. I'll keep that handy. Yeah, what the heck? The cobalt. Just get them on here. Let's paint some happy little planets. You overslept. I almost did too. Holy smokes. I'm kind of a night owl. There's no kind of about it. I'm definitely a night owl. But last night, Stephanie and I were watching Austin Powers. The original Austin Powers, which I love that stupid movie. It's the dumbest thing, but I love it. And here I was falling asleep at 10:30 at night. It's like the wall meet face. So there we go. Hey, this paint's going pretty good. So that's cool. I need some white. So you end up using a lot of there we go. You end up kind of using a lot of white with casein paint. All the spaceships were white. Yeah, right. All right. I definitely need some method of reading my text that isn't across the room, but that's okay. We're gonna get there. Oh yeah. Let's see. Got some black. Got some ivory. They have ivory black is what they offer in their line. They don't have Mars black. I find that very interesting. All right. So we got those. Now let's see. I kind of want a yellow. So let me work the yellow line here. I would like. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna do. This is kind of our earth tone yellow. I use these often to gray colors out. So I'm gonna go with yellow ochre, and we're gonna have a little bit of cadmium yellow light as well. So hey, thanks for exploring this with me. I know it's taking a little longer to get rolling with it, but again, I haven't opened these paints up for a while. That one looks kind of thick but serviceable. All right, I think we can go with it. And then a little bit of the cadmium yellow light because, you know, why not? All right. And honestly, I think I'm just going to put out a few colors to start. And we'll go from there. All right, let me see if my raw umber. This looks like, yeah, that's a dead tube. It's dead. But I have a new one, so there we go. Okay, cool. I did kind of like I did kind of stock up on these before the trip. So whoa, hello. Oh no, she might be dead, sir. Oh, it's leaking the medium. It's like a water. It's basically the liquid part of the paint. What is ivory black, please? It can't be carbonized ivory. No, not at all. They call it ivory black, I think, because it used to be carbonized ivory. But anymore, ivory black, I believe, is made... Well, see, now I'm just curious. But yeah, nobody, nobody currently is doing anything quite so cruel. At all. So let me grab a towel here. So it's bum. And it's not nearly as horrible as lamp black, which I've used before in oil painting. I know lamp black probably has its uses, and being that it was probably one of the first blacks is great, but that is definitely like carbon. It was like painting with charcoal. And for whatever reason, it just takes forever to dry. Oh my gosh. Yeah, bone black. Right. Yeah, there you go, Rhonda. There we go. I just realized you're on. Hey, David, how you doing? You're fine. Welcome. from New Zealand. Thanks for joining tonight. I appreciate it. Gotta run. Hey, Andrew, thank you very much for coming. We'll catch you next time, pal. We'll chat soon. Awesome. Bum-ba-dum. It's more transparent than Mars Black. That's correct. It is. Yeah, Ivory Black, more transparent than Mars Black. So I found that it works well within the context of the Casein paintings, because for whatever reason, Casein has actually got a real high opacity. It's a very opaque medium. We'll get into discussing that before I get going. It's the only black I use unless I'm covering a canvas to make it look black. Oh, Ivory Black is a beautiful mixing black. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I think because Richardson, they have a pretty small palette of colors compared to, like, say, the Golden Acrylics line or anybody's acrylics line. They still have a lot of colors. I actually haven't checked it recently. They were introducing some new ones. I should look again. Bum-ba-da! Raoul Duke's here. Hey, how you doing, Raoul Duke? Greetings. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much. Yeah, good times. Oh, I'm actually pretty excited. Yeah, what am I gonna paint? Gosh. I had some thoughts earlier about what I was gonna do, and they've completely escaped my brain. Go figure. Dun da da. Here we go. All right, let me grab a brush. All right, where do we go? All brushes ourselves. I've got my water kind of nestled in between here in the caddy that I have below me. So that's going to be, we're trying something new. There we go. Yeah, I haven't painted with Casein in a long time. All right, let's talk a little bit about Casein as the paint. All right. So Casein was probably used most heavily before gouache paint was introduced in the 1960s, late 50s, early 60s. Looking for one other thing. Hang tight. Here we go. I've got me water. So illustrators used to use Casein quite a bit, and it is named because it does actually use the casein milk protein as the base for the paint. It's also, actually, if I'm not mistaken, it may be considered by some to be the oldest type of paint known, predating possibly even oil paints. So it has some history, and because of the craziness of the milk proteins, it forms a very strong bond once it's finally on there. But it is actually a fragile bond, as I said before. Yep. Milk paint is basically casein as well. Yeah, so that's basically what this is. This is more artist grade in terms of, like, the pigment size and all of that. So yeah, and it's an absolute joy to paint with. But there are some peculiarities to it. It is water-based, like gouache, like watercolor, like acrylic. It shares a lot of properties with acrylic. It's not quite as thick as, say, a thick body acrylic paint or a medium body acrylic paint. A lot of this, it's like, a little thicker than craft store paint, if you will. As you can see, it lumps up here on the palette a little bit. I'm just trying to wet it down so I have the paint in more of a ink-like consistency right here, and it's working really well. The cool thing about casein, though, is when it dries, it is waterproof. It will not reactivate the same way that, like, say, gouache will reactivate. So, yeah. I'll take a moment to keep reading in the chat as much as I can, but, with the glasses, it's a little crazy. Maybe I can... Sorry, folks. Let me try the other glasses. Da-da-da. Bum, bum, bum. Eats worse. All right. Okay. I'm going to try one other thing, folks. Moving my drink. Sorry about the delays. I know. We expect better from our free live streams. There we go. I'm just pulling my screen a little closer here so I can actually see it. Thank you. Awesome. I believe they used to paint barns with milk paint because of its durability. That is correct. They did. And furniture, too. Very possibly tractors. I don't know. But, yeah, so I'm going to kind of see if I could draw a scene. I'm almost kind of feeling like one of those crazy daylight Berkey scenes, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see where it goes. Ah! All right, let me get in here, get comfortable, make sure this thing is still visible. Da-da-da. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Hey, notice, too, that my microphone is barely getting in the scene. All right, let's see here. So, I had a couple of options here. Let's just see what happens with the old brush. We're just going to get some colors in. Get some lines in. It is a little bit of an awkward angle, so I'm kind of just... We'll see how this goes. This is kind of me noodling around to find a scene, okay? Professionalism in all of its finest. Yes, exactly. Look at that great line. Now, I'm just trying to get used to the brush here. I should have done some practice stuff a little earlier, but I didn't do that. So there we go. I might actually do a scene that I'm working on a very large canvas, a new project, and I'll show it in just a sec here. And I was trying to come up with sort of a spaceship that would... A spaceship and a nebula! Imagine the creativity, folks! Yes! Oh my god! No, really, I really just want to do a crazy, gigantic space painting that people are going to walk up to and go, Jesus Christ, who the fuck would do that? Oh, sorry, language. Apologies. I'm sorry, people. There is a language. Yes, sometimes we have language on the stream. I do try to avoid it as much as possible. And play it like a David Lean movie, as much as possible. Ha Fail! No. Here we go. We're gonna noodle in this this crazy ship. This is kind of fun. You know, I used to get kind of uptight about the paintings that I was doing, and what I've just been noticing as I've been getting back into the swing of painting here with all of you, that the times when I lose interest in doing it right and doing it, like, you know, just, I don't know what to say. Just having fun with it, I guess. The letting loose and just kind of seeing what comes up has been very rewarding. It's okay. Just yell bleep, but nobody's... I could put a bleep button in, actually. Yeah. Also in the category of why isn't AI being used to do that, right? Stop shitting on the floor. I mentioned yeah, anyway. One of the topics possibly for the upcoming podcast. Yes. What the things I think that AI should be used for. Learn to talk to the animals. Okay, well, we got kind of a ship thing going on here. It's a very shippy thing, right? Yeah. I think what we're going to have here, I think it's going to be deep space station thingy of a spaceship variety, right? So I'm just kind of putting lots of things out. Yeah, just make stuff and things, Chris, right? We'll kind of go, we're going to go a little Jetsons on this one tonight, so just bear with me. We'll, let's give it a little out pod up on the corner. There we go. That's better. I've tried not to do anything that I can get that I'll be covering up with my with my eventual paint across the rest of it. Oh, and so Casein also dries similarly fast to, like, say, acrylic. And unfortunately, like acrylic, it has a habit of shifting color just a little bit. So you got to be ready for that. Like most paints, it looks great when it goes on wet, and then it kind of gets a weird matte finish when it's when it dries. And by matte, just kind of not gloss, like there's no gloss whatsoever. There we go. In finishing my Casein paintings, oftentimes I won't do a varnish at all, and it's that tough. But I have started doing some level of finishing. The tough part is varnishing over this, what do you call it? Over this material, over this kind of a illustration board. It just absorbs it, so you have to use so damn much varnish for the size. It's a little crazy. Okay, so we have a thing. Let me see. Do we need any other things? Do we need kind of a planetary system? Yeah, I think we're going to need a planetary system right up here. I think we're going to need... There we go. We're gonna put a planet in there as best as we can. Somewhere in here. It's gonna go off the screen. Yeah, maybe we'll move that on over. Maybe we'll just do yeah. Let's do that. I don't want it going off the screen, so let's just put that in here. And some of this I'm gonna cover up with ships. So I'm not really worried about it. There we go. Ba-ba-bum. We'll bring it back through here. So this is all like, yeah, shadow, 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 shadow. There we go. And this is all like, yeah, we have the bright side of the planet. Something more like that. There we go. All right. And who knows? Maybe we'll have some fun stuff going off in that direction. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. I think this will be good enough for us to render for now. Yeah, there we go. Good enough. It's going to be good enough. Yes. Okay, let's see. Now, as to brushes, I basically use the same brushes that I would use, say, for acrylic, watercolor, in any of those kinds of things. I've got a longer handled one here. It's like almost a 1-inch brush, I think, or probably in metric in some fashion. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and let's see if we can get a background on this. Bear with me. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let me get some more water down here. I really like having this, just having a basic water bottle. You can kind of throw some water on your palette. Kind of treat it almost like it was a watercolor. There we go, and it thins down really nice. I mean, it just breaks down beautifully. The Casein paint, that is, with water. There we go. Ba 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 da ba. Now would be a good time for a commercial from our sponsors. Hey kids, do you like space art? Oh, it's like I'm a ventriloquist. If you do, you are missing out unless you're on the Space Art by Christopher Dahl Patreon page. For just $5 a month, you too can have all the inside scoops on Space Art by Christopher Dahl. Do not let this opportunity go to waste. Act now. See your local space artist on YouTube for details. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just do that? Okay. Oh my gosh. You see that guy come in the room here and say all that? My gosh. Pretty sure it was one of the cats. All right, just going to get some blue in here. Got some nice cobalt blue going. I'm going to, whatever that little bit was, I'm going to cover it over. I don't like that little bit. It's in my painting. I don't like it. I could probably go a little bit thicker on this. Yeah, there we go. Boom. I'm just putting down the blue colors right now because I want to cover the entire surface before I kind of go a little too crazy. So bear with me while we just gently... There we go. I'm picking up some dust and debris from the old board there. There we go. So yeah, I haven't figured out yet how to get my damn cloud bot to work on YouTube, so it's not kicking up any of my links, unfortunately. I am so sorry, people. I was telling it to do exactly that. There we go. What on earth is it playing? Ah! Oh, hey, folks, just had a ginger ale spill. Bum. Okay, we're back. Sorry. I just spilled my drink all over my cool gaming mouse pad with space art by Christopher Dahl artwork on it. Hey, Speed Knob, how you doing? Not really sure. That's fine. Okay, cool. Hey, good to see you tonight. Thanks for joining. Awesome. Sorry, I'm gonna do a little cleanup on aisle 6 here. I just biffed my really cool glass of ginger ale all over. That is truly unfortunate. Hey, easy cleanup on the mouse pad. Yeah, it's the gaming mouse pad. It's gigantic. Oh, it's all over the floor too. Cool. All right. Anyway, not gonna worry about that. Let's get back to the paintings, shall we? Cooking supper. Awesome. Congratulations. We're cooking up a space painting. Greetings. Glad to have everyone on board. Happy Wednesday night. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you joining me on the live stream. Awesome. All right, let me just hold it down here. Oh, boy. Let's see if we can do this without damaging any further drinks, shall we? Okay, very good. Fortunately, I know where I can get another space art by Christopher Dahl mousepad over on Space Art Store. No, it's actually christopher-dahl.com/space art store with a bunch of hyphens. Okay. He's lost his mind, everybody. Yeah. Gotta check out. Hey, thanks for being here, Heidi. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next time. Thank you. Awesome. Is this ship capable of faster than light travel? You know what? I'm not so sure that, Raoul Duke, that this may not be a ship. This may be more like, like a deep space base, if you will. Maybe in orbit around this world, right? So it's kind of like a fortress. But yeah, typically I prefer my science fiction with spaceships that use magic star drives. That's just the way I like to roll. I don't believe truly that it is as impossible as today's contemporary physicists would like to claim. Even the armchair ones. Faster than light burrito! Oh man, that sounds good right now, actually. Hey, can you get me an FTL burrito delivered to Oil City as soon as possible? It's a very complicated fan. Yeah, very much so, yes. Well, you know, you get into these nebulous areas, you know, with planetary stellar nurseries. You really got to blow away some of that stuff to really get in to see the planet. So we built this galactic scale fan, courtesy of you know, Walmart over in the there we go, our tourist sector Walmart. They got a mega store there, and yeah, we're just gonna get that out of here. This is the same artist where I got my intro music, and I wish that he made, like, you know, 16 hours of this stuff, because it's freaking awesome. I keep looking for the royalty-free stuff, and some of it's really good. Some of it's got this. It's really fun. Has a few Dyson-esque features, yeah, but you know. 15% difference, so we don't actually get sued for copyright violation, right? Oh, very good. Wow, 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 wow. Sounds like a Ralph Bakshi movie. I totally love it. I guess I'm just gonna have to go find my funk jams, the royalty-free funk jams, and build a bigger playlist. Cool. All right, we got some blue on here. Let's see. All righty, I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get the backside of the planet into a, you know, kind of into a good color here. So let's get some. Let's get some of this purple. We're gonna get a little bit of this. This one's the raw. Which one was that one? Yeah, the raw umber. Oh, Speedlab says, I've drawn Learning to Paint. My avatar is one of your drawings. Oh, cool. I can barely see it from my distance here. I'll check it out later. Is it, yeah, there we go. Speed Knob. Hey, cool. Congratulations. I've had a few Taco Bell burritos that escaped my body and what felt like faster than light travel. You aren't kidding. Here we go. We're going to get the backside of this planet. Best we can here. There we go. And you know, I'm just kind of I'm just trying to give ourselves a nice base upon which to add our cool details and things. P.S. This is the theme. This is the track I might be reserving for the Space Frog animation. The what you say? Yes. Stick around, people. There's going to be some crazy stuff coming out in the next year. Yes. Yeah, that's a feature, right, Wes? Exactly. That's as designed, right? Okay, I need a different blue. Hang tight. Let's get my Shiva blue. Nope. I want Permasol. This one's a little different blue than my cobalt. I want it for the world, if you will. So I'm going to put this over here. There we go. Just a little bit. There we go. Oh, do. Okay, let's get some. I need some world colors over here. This is going to be a good one right here. Little touch of yellow, just a touch of something. This yellow is actually almost kind of orange, so it'll work really nicely to pull down the intensity of the blue a little bit, and that's just what I want. Okay, let's get in some world stuff here. Because, of course, it's like a... Better late than never. Hey, Gold Dragon's here. How you doing, pal? Good to see you tonight. Where do they have you off to now? Are you not? Are you done traveling for that gig? Awesome. And we've got a little bit of white in there just to kind of give it a little interest. There we go. And dotting in a little bit of the blue as well. Here we go. We're going to get this in. All right. Washing off the old brush here. Oh, I'm going to move this one over. Where am I going to put that? Right there? Yeah, there we go. I'm really liking how things are working out in the studio, too. As we've progressed, I feel like the images are better that we see all over here. Oh, wow. Look at that. 3 hands. 1 camera. 3 hands. Ha ha. Oh, this one over here. Ah, I got y'all. That's terrible. Anyway, yeah, and it's kind of fun. There we go. Oh, you were at Daytona Beach on Monday, but my boss told me to go. Yeah, the good idea. It took you 12 hours to drive from Daytona to the south side of Atlanta. Holy smokes, Gold Dragon. Hey, good for you for getting out, though, because that's, yeah, that one's no joke. I was watching that the Ryan Hall y'all YouTube channel. He's having live coverage of the hurricane, and he's got a whole fleet of weather nerds with him. His own words, by the way, and it's excellent. I've had a ton of fun. Not fun, obviously. It's not a fun thing, but it's been really cool to watch them. So yeah, Blaposphere's here. Spaceships! Yay, we're doing spaceships! Hey, you got here just in time for a spaceship! How you doing, Blappy? Yeah, we're glad. Yeah, glad. Relative, me too. Gold Dragon, glad you're safely out of there. I know several people who are riding it out in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area, and a little further south. So we're gonna wish them all the best. Your mom's hunkered hunkered down in the path. I couldn't believe just before the live stream the number of actual tornado alerts, warnings that were going on like right now. It was a little crazy. All right, let's get some islands in the mix here. And the way we do that is you get all this wet paint in, and you drop in some little bits of your what was it again? Yeah, my yellow ochre. It would be like a raw sienna or something, and it'll kind of mix with some of the blue that's on there, so you'll get like that hint of green that you sometimes get. And we're just kind of going for a fairly abstract pattern here. There we go. Oh, Wes! Yay! Yeah, there we go. Hey, I'm happy you're here too, Blappy. Oh my gosh, you know, it's funny. I didn't realize that Aoshima, the people that are making the DeLorean Back to the Future kit, were also doing the very first model kit of just a straight up vanilla DeLorean. So that's pretty stinking cool. I think I caught that in a discussion on Facebook that you were having with someone, Blap. It was pretty neat. I love it. Ba-ba. So yeah, I think that's totally cool. I'm very much looking forward to seeing your racing version of that, Blap. All right. So we're going to get in a little detail on the backside of the planet here, just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting than just a cloven wedge, if you will. Just kind of what we're doing. Uh-oh, there we are. Here we go. I have golf colors standing by. Yes, exactly. Awesome. Maybe that's season 2 of my Forgotten Futures. Hey, yeah, some of you weren't in the at the beginning of the live stream. So while I'm painting the backside of this planet here, we've got some fun things coming up on the Space Art by Christopher Dahl live stream. Let me kick off another music. Another music, he says, as if he knows what he's talking about. There we go. We're going to go into the creative mix and find the discography and find a good one. Let's see, Ritual. How's this one? There we go. Thank you very much. So, da-da-da. What was the reception of the DeLorean before it was featured in Back to the Future? Oh, I remember that, Raoul Duke. I'll get in that in a second. Hey, Paul Newitt's here. How you doing? You're a fan of the 1960s Gulf 4 GT. Oh, it's gorgeous. They're awesome. Davis says, I've always loved it since I was a kid. It's so iconic and immediately says race vehicle. I know, the colors are great. Yeah, it's really fantastic. The Gulf race colors, for those that don't remember, are sort of, what is it, teal, orange, a little bit of white and black. It's like the perfect, teal and orange. I mean, how do you freaking A? How do you go wrong? Aqua teal? I don't know how you describe it. But yeah, Raoul Duke has a good question. What was the DeLorean thought of back in the day? Well, I tell you what, I never really saw one in person myself in the Grand Blanc area, although there was rumored to be one. Wait, no, I take that back. Yeah, there was one. I think it was one of those assholes that lived up in over there by the damn golf course, Warwick Hills. Speaks so highly of his hometown. Again, kids, I'm sorry, but they were. Yeah, so you'd see them on commercials, like in shows occasionally, and I was not a big car guy when I was growing up. I liked them. I liked cool cars, but a lot of my friends in school or people that I was acquainted with were very much into cars. So I feel like we were all aware of the DeLorean when it first came out. And of course, I thought it was just cool looking. I was like, holy smokes. I do remember the first time seeing like photos of them or seeing them in video. I was like, holy crap, that's a cool car. Gull wings, it looks like a spaceship. It really does. And I think they're gorgeous. I love them. If I could, I would own one. There's plenty of people out there still making parts for them. I hear it's a nightmare to keep running. I wish my friend Andrew were still on the stream because he'd have a ton of comments about this. But here's what I really remember about DeLoreans. Just very soon after the DeLorean debuted, there was a big, gigantic stink about John DeLorean himself because, well, there was a little cocaine involved. So, yeah. Bum-ba-dum. They used a DeLorean to promote the Craig car steers. That's it, Paul. Thank you. Yes, they did. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. And, of course, the Craig car stereos were very popular in Penthouse magazines. No, don't ask me how I know that. Will the Cybertruck be seen in the future like the DeLorean is today? Absolutely not. No, the Cybertruck is the stupidest freaking looking thing I've ever seen in my life. I am quite, it's such trash. It is such trash. Oh my God. It's so trash. Raccoons keep thinking that they're garbage dumps. Good friend of mine runs the NOC. Oh, really? Oh, so you know someone in the that runs the North California DeLorean Club? That's awesome. Oh, cool. Runs the club. Oh, I see. Oh, you're plugged in. All right, Paul. But what I'm a vastly ridiculously rich space artist and YouTube content creator, I'll be seeking you out because you got to buy one in California, right? Because they'd rust otherwise. They don't rust, people. That's right. Wasn't some company making new DeLoreans because there's so many parts left over? Partially true, Gold Dragon. There's a company in Texas, I believe, that is, yes, they've set up shop to manufacture some of the components that are absolutely, like, you can't get anymore. And last I heard, and this is before the pandemic, that laundry list of parts that you need is starting to grow because obviously they're running out of OEM parts. Cybertruck is awful. Oh, you saw one today? I still haven't seen one in public. Yeah. Looks like it was designed for a Minecraft world. I don't, honestly, Paul, I don't think the Minecraft world designed or deserves the atrocity that is the Cybertruck. I can't even take it seriously. Oh, it's so terrible. It absolutely breaks my face when I think about, as a designer and artist. I'm like, oh, dear God, what the Some people have more money than sense. I don't remember where I heard that one. All right, everyone. Listen, I have to take a quick break. I am going to step away for just a moment. I will leave you here with the painting. Don't go away. We're now an hour into it. When we come back, I'm going to bring this one home to a nice conclusion. Yes. Insurance companies are dropping the Cybertruck because it has too many problems. Seriously. Oh, man. It's so crazy. All right, folks. Stick around. I'll leave you with the jams and the art, and I will be right back. Don't go away. And I won't be spilling any more of my drinks. There we go. See if I can do this without actually sticking my butt in. Yeah, that would be exciting. Ugh. There we go. My office like a jet fighter. He's back. He's back. He's back. Thanks, Paul. We will catch you later. Awesome. All righty. Here we go, everyone. We are back. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. Hey, if you like the stream, don't forget to hit the like button. Or if you want to, subscribe. You'll be notified as soon as I go online. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate being here. We are going to continue. I'm going to continue on with the background of this painting. And I've got kind of an idea. I really want to do sort of that crazy color split. We obviously have a lot of blue going on. And I'm going to worry about the spaceship in just a minute. Actually, you know what I should do? I take that back. I'm going to get some color in the spaceship so that when I take the time on the background, whatever I put down here will dry a little bit, which is great. Okay, so let me grab my, what do I want here? Okay, I want a little bit of this raw sienna. I'm going to go right over here with the blue because I'm going to need a little bit of that. A little bit of blue. A little bit of white. I want something that's like a warmer gray. And let Let me see, because we're going to start bringing the warmer colors into this painting. And I really want to move this over here because I think I have about as much blue in there as I really want. There we go. All right. So for those of you that are just joining, we are painting a space scene in Casein, which is a really lovely water-based paint similar to gouache. There we go. All right. So we already got this piece on here. That's great. And let me get that out of the way. Grabbing my brush. And we're going to go with a round brush here. So I've got a little round brush. There we are. Bum, 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 bum. A little more water there. Boop. Kind of digging my little IKEA cart. This is working out very well for the live stream as well, too. So we're getting better, right? I feel like I've made improvements on the live stream since last year before the move. I kind of feel like we're getting there. Look at this. See, I love this because, you can go over even paint that is already down. I don't know if you could see that. I need a better zoom. I need to bring this camera in a lot closer. Damn it. But yeah, one of the things I love about this paint, I think this is why John Berkey loved it so much too, is it really, it covers very, very well. And that's a testament to the qualities of the paint itself. So we're gonna get the shapes in here. I'm going with kind of a warmish gray on it. Maybe it's not too warm. Yeah, it's got a little green to it. This way we'll get the shapes on here. I might leave a couple of sections white where I'm expecting to see like highlights. I hope. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This is such fun. This is like your greatest dream of drawing with markers will come true if you sit down with some Casein paint, because this is fun, and I ain't gonna lie, this is a blast. This stuff is really cool. Yeah, I really need to have that camera in closer. Okay. Note to self. I used to love the Gulf Oil logo growing up in Houston during the Apollo missions. That's right, they did sponsor that. Yeah. I felt like Gulf Oil, yeah, they had a lot of sponsorships at that time. The wide world of sports, right? Boy, there's a theme song you kind of wish they'd bring back. Holy smokes! All right, let's get this in up here. We're painting at a distance, people. I do not have my face up close to this, so I'm kind of just like using the force on this one. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I do like how this works. There we go. Thank you. Alrighty. Let's get this piece down here, this crazy circular thing. Now, really, I could have probably just gone over this whole section with gray and then added the black. It all just depends on what you need to do. I'm kind of approaching this almost like you would do comic art a little bit, where, little black lines, but there's no real filler here. I've got some plans for these sections. I'm going to leave them white. Just kind of going to come in here and fill all this stuff in, and all of a sudden, dang, we got ourselves a spaceship in a very blue background. Maybe it's underwater. I love the fake lyrics to the wild. Oh, I've never. Oh, the. Jim, I'm getting sent to my death. All right, so we have the great Bengal tiger, very hungry. This one has a taste for blood, human blood. I'm gonna send in Jim. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself here, people. Sorry. All right, let's do this. All right, and then we're gonna let that dry because I want to be able to get in with some. Not. Hold on, people. like, I am getting ahead of myself. I continuously do that. All right. Let's get that out of the way. All right. Let's grab, what do we want here? I want some warm color. Warm color. Coming up. I'm just going to go straight with the yellow ochre. There we go. Yeah, just going to go straight in with that. And we're going to come back over our gray and just kind of swipe it in from this side just to get some, I guess you could say, a little blending, a little depth. Let's just see. We're going to make this all work in our favor, aren't we? Oh, yes, we are. There we go. Boy, I'm really glad I had that coffee at 5 p.m., let me tell you. It's really turned me into a talkative idiot, hasn't it? Oh boy. You all signed up for this. You knew it was possible. Oops. Happy accident. So dumb. So dumb. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm kind of digging that. I'm coming with a little bit of like a darker blue. I'm kind of hoping that, and I don't, this is something I wanted to try earlier. I just wanted to break up some of these shapes a little bit with a darker color, if you will. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. And we'll just see how this goes. So this is experimental entirely. Come in down there. There we go. Give it a little love. Hey, from Pensacola. Hello, CL Fantasy. Wait, thank you so much for being here. You love the palette cam. Thank you. And all the colors. Your setup is a hodgepodge of antique and vintage mismatch cabinets. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, we've got I've got a nice I've got a nice IKEA cart here that I've been using for a while, and I finally have been able to get the 3-camera setup. So I'm pretty happy with how that's turning out. Although I keep probably pushing this out of range. Like, there we go. That's better. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Welcome aboard, everybody. We are going to go right ahead now and work on that background I was talking about. Let's see about... I kind of want to... I think I'm just going to have to play with it and see where we go. So I'm going to jump in on this rose red, which is like a magenta here. And I'm just going to kind of see where this goes. And we'll... just going to give it a shot. You know what I'm going to do? No, I can't do that. I was just going to rotate the whole thing around, but I don't think I want to do that. All right, let's get this in there. It's going to come in very dark. And I kind of want a little bit of that going on. There we go. I want some of that brush stroke going on. And so we're going to carry this through up, I think, this way. And because it's a flat brush, I'm trying to kind of control how it follows the contours of this spaceship hull. There we go. You do this base sheep. And then we're going to do that. There we go. Why? I don't know. I just felt like it. And maybe it's a mistake. I'm not sure. Hope you don't get too much Milton there in Pensacola. Yeah, seriously. I guess that's kind of in the outlying parts. So I think they're good. You're definitely going to see some effects. That's for sure. No doubt about that. Okay, we're just going to give it some pizzazz here. Little bit of pizzazz, not a ton. And I'm just taking advantage of the fact that my brush is a little, you know, a little splayed, a little old, and we're just going to dance in some details there. There we go. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be so much fun. Thanks, Ginger. How you doing tonight? Good to see you, Ginger. Hey. All right. Yeah, we're going to get in some crazy colors on this one. Hopefully it won't be too crazy, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. Here's what we're going to do, though. Pardon me while I flip this bad boy over. And we're going to just come right in with some yellow that is not very bright, unfortunately. Come here, you. All right, let's just get some white in there with that yellow. There we go. And I'm actually not going to be there. That's what we really wanted to do. This is going to look pretty rugged for a little bit. Bear with me. No doubt. Okay, now I'm going to come back in with that magenta again. And we're going to get a pretty fun, hopefully fun. This paint really doesn't like the mixing on the palette or board as much as acrylic does. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm probably pushing my luck here, but I'm confident we can pull this off. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's just kind of... I might end up toning this down. This is going to probably feel a little too play school-ish. Oop, got a little bit up there. Yeah. Oops, too much. Too much of the magenta. A little bit more of this, please. Thank you. All right, there we go. And we're going to get this just mixed right on in here over the blue on top. And get a nice transition so we have a really good crazy scene there. There we go. Yeah, that's starting to look kind of nice. Oh, yes, Ginger. Yes, Casein tonight. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we did a little poll tonight. Well, what did everyone want to see? And the Casein won out. So, yeah. So it's kind of a little bit of a let's just see which Casein paints are still okay in my collection. And I'm happy to report that they're all doing pretty good. We lost a couple so far. I think I lost a raw umber that was already a little questionable, but that's okay. We got it. So I'm just gonna fill in some zones here. There we go. Fill this on in a little bit. There we are. Actually, I don't think I have anything on this, but I do want to bring it on in. You lived in Orlando a couple of years. I'm glad you're not there now. Oh man, yeah. It's very sad. I love being in parts of Florida, and in other times I just I don't see the appeal. I just don't see the appeal. But boy, the people I know that live there and love it really live there and love it. Cheers. Are the Lost Paints just hard? Yeah, it basically a couple didn't make the move. They were a little hard, but they were also older in general. So I don't know if it was the move or just they just sat around too long, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's always a tough one, right? All right, so now now I can start worrying about my edges here, the transition between the planet and its background. And let me see about this. Bum-ba-da! Let me see here. We stayed during Hurricane Ivan years ago. Oh, that must have not have been fun. It's a travesty when the raw umber goes bad. I know. The evil raw umber when it goes dark. Wow, what a difference that last 5 minutes made. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's you start getting it's all in layers. We're getting this in layers. So yeah. And I might do something kind of crazy fun with the back here. I wasn't going to, but I think I might have to. I think we're just gonna have to do it. In fact, I think to do it, we're gonna do kind of a so this is now turning into a ship. Okay. Not that we didn't know it was gonna be a spaceship, but I'm making the call. Okay. Very, very important here. All right, let me grab some white. There we go. A little bit more. Okay. So what I want to do is I kind of want a bright streak of stuff coming out the back end. And to do that, I probably should have just left the white of the board under here, but that's okay. We've got white paint. So let me just see if I can get this in. And it's kind of going to be going this way. Let's give it a little pizzazz, shall we? There we go. We're going to do one of these and then one of those. There we go. And by putting the white down, what'll happen is I'll let that set up, of course, and then we can tint the white with some fun spacey colors shortly. But yeah, this is all kind of feeling a little too, what's the word I'm looking for? A little too staticky, I think. A little too static. So let's do, what do we want to do? I know. This looks like a job for Casein. Orange, cadmium orange. Yeah, honestly, Jinja, I'm actually really happy with the number of colors that have actually survived. I'm very, very happy with that part. Now, I don't really know. Yeah, I don't think going to mixing the cad orange will be the right way to go. It's going to be a little crazy if we go up here with this, right? It's going to be a little bright. Okay, well, we're going to do it anyway because we just, you know, we want to play with fire. And I either need to go lighter above or I need to go darker below. And I don't really want to go darker below. So we're going to go lighter above. There we go. We're going to get this lightened up just a little bit. Bring it on down in here. Bring this on down. Give it a little pizzazz. There we go. I've never used Casein. It looks beautiful. Hey, thank you. It's a real nice paint. It's very similar to gouache, a little thicker than gouache, and it has the same kinds of properties. So painting with it is very similar to painting with gouache, except that when it dries, it dries to a waterproof finish. The first 24 hours, you can kind of reactivate bits of it, but after that, it won't reactivate again. So it's pretty cool in that regard. I'm gonna get a few very hot orange highlights into this background, and I really kind of want to call the background almost done. Maybe not. I'm having fun. I'm having fun, so I'm gonna keep having fun. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. There we go. We're going to do a little bit more of that, a little bit more of this, a little bit more. There we go. So it's as if there's like this big cloud of nebulosity here that this planet and this ship are in. We'll just kind of keep carrying it a little bit down here. There we go. A little bit like that. There we are. That's fair. Haven't used it long enough to lose any art. Oh, cool. Haven't. Trying to remember what that was about. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it does seem to hold up pretty well, Jinja. I've been pretty happy with how the paints have held up. I was expecting it to be like far worse than it actually was. So yeah. All right. Just trying to get a little blending action here, darkening this back up. I'm gonna have to come in and redo the backside of the planet again. Just a little touch. That's okay, we can do that. We're just gonna come straight in with this blue and there we go. Bringing that back. I'm going to bring it in down here just a bit. There we are. A little bit on in there. Cool. Okay. Looks good. Thank you. Having fun. Having fun is the big challenge, right? I think for a while I wasn't really having fun. And I'm sad to. It makes me sad to say that. It was kind of coming on as a bit of a chore, and that's no good for anybody. So, but now we are entering a phase of it's now back to being fun again. Amazing! It's a miracle. Thank you. Just start doing things, and it's fun again. A little bit of that. And I want just to bring some of this back down in here a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Sounds like every painting I do. Fun, fun, and not fun, fun. Yeah, right. For a while today or recent months, fun is very important. Oh, just a couple of live, I would sit down and go, I know I have to do a live stream, and it would just be like, I don't want to do the live stream. And that's really wrong. That's, no good can come from that, right? So, yeah. And a lot of it, too, was... and I think I mentioned this before, the move really did kind of take a lot out of me. A lot out of us, I guess you could say. And I know I kept saying that. And really, I should have looked at last year instead of like, hey, I should have just declared it like a sabbatical, basically. And I didn't really do that because I kind of felt like I was going to be working during the whole thing. But, man, I tell you, kicked my ass pretty hard, and it was just a lot. And really, it was the first time we were ever able to just like kind of take a breath and go, all right, we've never been in a state of mind where we weren't kind of like running. It's not like we were running away from the law or anything, but financially, right? So yeah. Oh, Tasty Whales here. How you doing tonight? Greetings. So the new powered USB solved the issues. You are correct, Tasty Whale. The new USB definitely solved the issues. So it's worked out really well. I literally have just about everything in the in the new USB hub right now. So that turned out to be kind of a problem. So far, it's working out pretty great with the new camera, and I'm happy to report that it's that it's holding out. I'm able to get the new camera, which is this one, and the palette cam, which you see there above my head, as well as the just all three of them. It's really nice. It's the first time I've really done all three, which is pretty cool. Moving is the top 3 most stressful life events for a reason. That's understandable. It really, yeah, it definitely took a toll. And we love it. I don't have any regrets at all. I was a little worried that we would get to a year and go, what the hell have we done? Because honestly, as we stood taking the keys, I don't think any of us did not have the, oh shit, what have we done? How do you not, right? That's just a natural state of existence for big moves, traumatic events. I wouldn't say trauma. Maybe that's not it. And to be clear, there's certain aspects of it that I absolutely loved. I kind of miss being on the road a little bit, At the same time, we never would have met all these wonderful little shitheads that we're taking care of. I have this theory that forcing art is like a fart. Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Never trust a fart, right? That's the big life lesson there. Never trust a fart. Exactly. Yeah, and it's inevitable, right? I mean, inevitably, anybody doing what I'm doing is going to find a night where they're just like, I can't. And I pulled that trigger a few times, as you all know. There were just definitely a few nights where I was not feeling up to it, and no matter what I did, it was not gonna happen. So there we go. All right, I'm going to leave the planet alone. We're going to get back to the ship a little bit. An uprooting, if you will. Very, very much an uprooting. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, like, what's going on with things? I do. I'm going to let this white do its thing. I'm not even going to touch that yet. I want to do, though, is I'm going to come back in with my... What do I want? No, we're going to need the light paint. We're going to need to keep going with white paint. I want my highlights. So it does look like we've got light coming in from this side. I just determined that by painting the planet this way. So there we go. CL Fantasy Waves. I have a full-time corporate job. Painting has to be fun because it is my downtime. Downtime is very important. I'm glad I found your channel. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you found it too. And I'm glad you find it inspiring. And yes, you have my sympathies. On the corporate job. I did that for a very long time. In fact, I'm just debating whether or not that would be a good topic for a possible future podcast. So I think I mentioned earlier, I am looking at adding a podcast to the mix where we discuss things like living as an artist, working as an artist, while possibly still being in a corporate job or any kind of a day job, because some of us are corporate survivors, myself included, and I know a few other people who are as well. So that's really cool, and I'm glad that you find the stream so relaxing, and inspiring. That makes me very happy. I do want to do some kind of, maybe not tutorial. Yeah, like some how-tos, right? I'm not a great art teacher by any means. I know there are many people out there that are far more qualified than I to do so, but I feel like I could maybe offer some help for people that might be just starting or considering starting, getting into this kind of thing. So that might be coming up as well. Agree, I'm an empty nester after 25 years of marriage, and art is my zen. Oh, cool. Well, congratulations. Yeah, it does get... it gets a little bit into the... Back to the discussion I was talking about regarding, having that motivation. And I think when you get into that zen zone, really good things happen. And I've done it on a couple of the recent live streams, and it kind of like dawned on me, like, hey, maybe you should consider. Here, I lightened up my light color a little bit. So yeah, I think that's where the best stuff happens, right? When you can kind of get into that flow state where just everything you're doing is just like, oh yeah, I totally meant to do that. No, sometimes it's a struggle, right? You're never gonna get away with it not being a struggle at some point. So yeah, you're always gonna have days where it's just not working for you. And boy, I had one last weekend, and that was very frustrating. I really needed to get something done, and I just could not make my slow ass do it, and it was so frustrating. Just out of gas, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm adding little subtle highlights to help with the transition and help define the spaceship a little bit. I love the Rafi and Klee podcast. Me too. You would enjoy listening to my perspectives? Well, thank you. Yeah, Rafi's been trying to talk me into doing something like this for really since we moved out here, and I kept like, I don't want to do it. It's work. I really don't want to do it. It's work. That's the biggest fear, right? It's work. But yeah, Rafi Klee deal more with the marketing side. It would be nice to have a podcast on actually doing the art. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you're right, Rhonda. They kind of do. The marketing and the lifestyle, right? The lifestyle of being an artist. They're very good at that. And you're right. I think maybe just the doing the art part may be kind of fun. And I do think that it's hard to get away from not having from having discussions about all the other issues, right? The work-life balance, especially if there are people that are still, God forbid, poor CL, still in a corporate world. Yeah, how do you balance that? I think a lot of people have questions about that. Where's that point where you decide I'm going to do this and make that choice, with some intelligence, right? Like for me, for instance, when I first decided, yeah, I'm going to go for it. My painting skills were in a terrible state. I hadn't touched a brush in years. I hadn't even done digital work, even though I had access to all those things. I was a UI guy working at Microsoft. Actually, at the time, I was working at another company. It was not Microsoft, but I did actually face this issue while I was there. So yeah. So I think there's definitely something that could be said about that kind of stuff. And, I have a great microphone and a fantastic voice, and I can even do impersonations if necessary. Haha. No, that wouldn't be the way to go about it. Haha, yes. All right, I got some black paint now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of come in and help. It's all the stuff that I painted. We're like back full circle. This is like what I put in the first to start the painting. But we're coming in now with the black, and we're going to be a little more artistic with it. So now it's where I start. This is where the happy accidents start paying off, right? You get to come in and make little cool shapes. And these will then read as cutouts in the thing. Hey, Blappy, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Party on, Wayne. Catch you next time. I'm going to guess we probably have about a half hour or so to the very end of this painting. So thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so I think I'm going to be doing some work on setting this up. And this will be probably not going to debut until after the first of the year, I think. I have to talk to my pal Andrew because he doesn't realize it yet, but he's going to be in the podcast. So there we go. And it's the sort of thing where I absolutely will bring on guests because it's got to be incredibly boring spending an hour just listening to my ass on this. But yow. I will tell you, folks, what I'm doing right now, this is getting to be the fun part. So, yeah. All right, bring in the old microphone. Look at that. You can't... microphone's not blocking the screen this week. Isn't that great? Oh, professional live stream. There we go. And I might even bring that away a little bit. I think I've got a little too close to my face. All right, here we go. It may be hard to see, but this black that I'm putting in is registering over the dark colors that I used in the background here. Oh, it went to that other album. Hang on a second. I can't deal with this. This one's gonna put me to sleep. No! Mellow? Forget that. Indigo. No, it's another one. Jeez. People. Or corrupt. There we go. We need that. Hey, Wes Scotterud, thank you very much for being here. Awesome. It's charcuterie night. Well, go get on that board, mister. Thank you for being here. We'll catch you next time, Wes. Thank you. Oh, Ginger says, I think a podcast would be nice. Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We are definitely going to do that. So, yeah. I'm glad. I thank you all. I always worry that maybe I'm just kind of like being an idiot about this kind of stuff and no one really will care about it. You know, who am I? I'm just a dude, and everybody has a podcast these days. So what can I possibly add to it? Those are the things that go through my mind. You know, the what does Rafi and Klee call it? The stick man argument. Who the hell do you think you are? Right? Yeah, having a day job in healthcare means I'm really leaning on the whole painting dinosaurs and palm trees to decompress. Thank you. Art podcasts are great to listen to while working for sanity retention. Cool. Well, I promise you this. I promise you, the entire community, this. If I do something like this, I will try to make it compelling and cool and not just and I will put the work into it. We will put the work into it to make it awesome as best as I possibly can. And hopefully, with some luck, maybe all of you can say, yeah, I was there when he was just doing little paintings and swearing on TV, YouTube, when he shouldn't have been swearing on the YouTube. All right, children, do not repeat the words that you say or hear during this podcast, this live stream. Yes. As if any kids are watching, right? I just love getting in the little fiddly bits here. It makes me feel like Slarty Bartfast from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah. Oh, whoops, sorry. You retracted your message before I could read it. Oh, good. There we are. And then there's going to be little bits of stuff down here, because of course there is, and little more bits down here, little platforms and things, and little sticky outy things out here, and out there, and out there, and a sticky outy thing here. This is the technical term, people, bear with me. If you're into science fiction, you know what the sticky outy things are. Okay, right, there we go. Little bits of them here, here. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. Maybe there's a platform out here that we don't know about. Maybe it's just all being built up in the... And then get some details in all these little greeblies of bits of things. And oh my gosh, look, I can do windows now. Hey, cool. Doing little black windows all over it. Bear with me, folks. He's lost his mind. But my paintbrush split into like 3 little things that are perfect for doing little next-gen style windows. Da 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 da. There we go. Oh wait, I don't have all of them. Okay. Who needs to be cool? I'm an nerd that doesn't leave the house. Same. Whoa, whoop, I got too much on the pen. There we go. All right, we're going to do some cool windows down here. There we go. There we are. Oh boy. I don't know what I'm laughing at. I'm laughing at something I'm not going to share. That's all right. Okay. Next. What do we need next on this one? Okay. Right. I kind of need this gray again a little bit. So there we go. I was cool once. It's highly overrated. I was cool once. It's a lot of work, wasn't it, Rhonda? Oh my gosh. Yeah. You had to buy the right clothes. You had to make sure that you had the right, tattered jean jacket with fringe so that everybody else, that walked around with Marlboro cigarettes would, too much. There we go. Yeah. All the cool kids, yes. I occasionally I run across like the old high school yearbooks. Last time was just before the move, before I packed them, and it was cracking me up seeing all the people. They're like, I'm so cool. Oh yeah, but you have trashy 80s clothes and look like an idiot. So yeah. That was fun. That was the most fun. Too much leather. There's no such thing. It's fun. This music reminds me of the Terminator. I have to bookmark this one because I might have good use for this. while I'm doing these little details, I'll just go on. I am having a rockin' time with all of this. There are things I want to do like yesterday, not only for the live stream and all of this, but just in general, just creative projects. I have a lot of irons in the fire. Let's put it that way. And looking so forward to being able to fire them up now that we've got, we kind of got the studio going. I feel like we're in version 1.0 of the Space Art Studios here. And yeah, it's coming together. I like how this is working. I like where it's going. But yeah. All right, let's come back in and work these in a little bit. We're just gonna be giving this all these little details in here. I just put in some definition with this tiny brush. These little scaffolds and fun things. I need less paint. Less paint. Just little hints of like little scaffolds and stuff. Just to give this thing some depth and character. Oh god, yeah, this is like totally Terminator music. I'm at the Tech Noir! I love it. I'm gonna have to remember this album. I'm gonna have to stick this one into the permanent list. The problem is some of this music, some of these music channels, even though they're royalty free, like the songs are only like 2-3 minutes, so that's fine. That's cool. Not a complaint, but there needs to be more of this kind of stuff out there, and I will gladly pay a service for it, which I kind of did. I anteed up for Epidemic Sound. Only because I don't want to pester my musically inclined friends so much. I'm going to have to be like, hey, yeah, I've got the Space Art stream. Can you give me like 8 hours of original music? Royalty free, please? Could you imagine if I was that kind of a friend? That would be terrible. Anyway. So yes, the podcast, definitely on the list. And models. I really am excited about the models because the models are cool. I have a lot of them, and I do think that we can do some neat stuff. We are going to have such a cool shop once we get everything in here. Really, my last office was basically all of the space you see me in right here. It was not much more. That's actually not a bad view. Okay, so, we've got the entire room out there. We have a whole nother slab of wall behind us. Oh, all the tools and all the things. Big projects and little projects. I'm very, very excited. I think this is going to be a good thing. Yes. All right. I'm going to need now little bits of stuff in here. I still have too much paint on the... I need a smaller brush. Gosh. There we go. Let me ask everybody who's actually watching, can you actually see what the marks I'm putting on, or is it just too far away and the brush is too small? Just curious. Too small? Okay, thanks, Gold Dragon. I appreciate that. I don't have a zoom ability on this lens, but the next time I do a small painting like this, I'm probably going to change the position of the camera. My apologies about that. I'm blind. I don't know. I'm the blind artist. You're an artist. You're not blind. I know you're not blind. I know. There's vision issues. Okay, so I guess with that in mind, I'm going to do the nice thing and stop noodling with details nobody can see. They look really cool. I promise you, they look great. They look really neat. Not helpful, Chris. All right, you'll be able to see this. We're going to start putting highlights in on this. Wow, why is my... Maybe not. Oh, my God. Okay. Hang on a sec. My white paint, it's either too thin or too thick to even brush on. Bear with me for just a second here. I need to work it with this palette knife and a little liquid. I don't mind if there's a little color, but I really wanted white. And there we go. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, let's just do that. Righto. All right. It's a bit small, but you watch on your iPad. Yeah, I that was my one thing I didn't really think about when I approached this painting tonight. I probably should have put the camera a little bit closer. So thank you for that. I will address that next time. And let me just get some of these nice white details in here. I know it's, again, hard to see. And then when I'm going to come in and get some of the more fancy hot colors in on this. So, yeah. There we go. But I do want to get these in before we go too far, because the last layer of them will really make it sing nicely. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's see. Da-da-da. Need these. There. Maybe it's just my paint is starting to set up here a little bit again. I keep running into that with my with these paints, but that's okay. We'll work around it. Yeah, he asked the question, then it keeps going on doing the little crazy bits that nobody could see. I know. I swear I'll get it done. I promise. We'll get back to the cool stuff. Oh boy. Remember, folks, professional live stream. You saw it here first. But yeah. It looks really great up close. I mean, I guess I could just get up and move my camera and do all of that stuff, but you know, that'll break things up a bit. Okay. All right. Let's get some different colors going on. Oh, yeah, but there's also, I needed a little bit of, what do we want? Let's do a little bit of this. That'll work. Get my cobalt blue here. And a little touch of that. A little touch of my yellow. Ochre there. I don't want it. I just wanted to desaturate it a bit. There we go. Since this hunk of things is kind of in front, I want to sort of paint a shadow right along here. I think I need to get it across the front. A little bit over there too. There we go. Yeah. And then little bits along there. Shit, where'd they go? Okay, there it is. Ah, all right, I swearing. Stop swearing, Chris. Stop it. this is going to help. Little bit of a darker color to help give this a little more depth and character, right? All right, cool. There we go. Get this guy up there a little bit. Got some white areas that are bugging me. I think I want to control where those are. Yeah, so we're going to get all that down there. Okay, cool. Kill. Right. The way you got from blobs to shapes and geometry is very interesting. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like the I like that part of it too, honestly. We'll see if we can get a good close-up towards the end of this. All right. Where is my orange? We need some orange. We desperately need some orange. There we go. I want to indicate some window areas here, so I'm going to start in with the orange. We're going to give it just little flicks here, just to sort of give it a gradient, if you will. Oh my gosh, I know, this is way too... Oh man, this is way too much. I think technically speaking... Look, let me ask you, you can... Oh, no, you can't see it better there, that's for sure. Oh boy. But yeah, that's... Speed nub, yeah, thank you. That's kind of the... yeah, that's kind of the secret sauce, right? Is sort of... You work from big to large to small. And even though I kind of started with a small brush to do like the drawing part, then you kind of come in with the bigger shapes. And from there, I feel like that's where when you see people say, oh yeah, happy accidents. Well, that's where all of that comes from is, you know, you put in some stuff and see what sticks, right? And then just kind of refine it from there. It's not a great way to design a specific shape, right? It's really a good one for like what I just did, where it's like, I know I want to do something kind of sci-fi. So we do it, and you just kind of, it's a style. It's a stylized thing, for sure. But I'm start in with the orange on a bunch of sections. There we go. And this is kind of fun. We're working with the black zones that I created in the shape of the ship. There we go. Yeah. Hello. Who's your daddy? Give me my orange paint. Yeah. We're going to throw a few out off on the edge as well. Boink, boink, boink. There we go. All right, I'm going to let those kind of sit there. And now for sort of the engine-y thing, if you will. I kind of... I struggle with this one because I don't really want to introduce any newer colors than what's already on here. And I feel like I've got the warm... We're kind of getting into the purple, so maybe what I ought to do is lean in to that Shiva purple that I have here, right? And see if there's something there. So let me just try a little bit of my Shiva purple. I think the Shiva purple, it's a purple that is derived from like a phthalo style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in on some of this. That's not going to do it. That's really... It kind of works. Need a little bit brighter, a little bit more white than that. Not as bright as I was hoping, but I'm going to work with it a little. What I almost need is a warm color in there. Although, you know, you get into those purples and you're starting to deal with, like, methane engines. So, yeah, maybe I should just not mess with it. Don't mess with it, Mr. Doll. I'm just going to get a little bit of this cadmium yellow light. Yeah, that's the tick. Yeah, that's what we needed. That's the stuff. We're going to get a little bit, even if it mixes in and makes a little bit of a green, we are going to get some of this yellow in there. There we go. Okay, just a little bit, just to kind of give it that thing, right? Ooh, yeah. I'm coming in with the cadmium orange too, just to give it some pizzazz. There we go. Cadmium red pale. 'Cause yes, we do. Oh, there it goes. Yes, we are. We're going there. We're going for the cadmium reds. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to I Freaking Love Cadmium Red Paint. I do. I love the cadmium red. Especially on these paintings. Bop. We're going to get a couple of those in there. And we're going to get some red in the back end in there. Boy, is that playing nicely. I'm gonna do a little more detailing with the black, just to kind of cover some of this up, but we're gonna get some of this red in here. Give this a little interest, right? And we're gonna bring this red right out over there, just to give it some stuff. Cadmium is pretty delicious. Do not eat the cadmium paint. God forbid. No. I'm actually very annoyed that everyone's stepping away from using cadmiums in paints. Like, come on, really? Don't do it. Don't. Let the cadmium must flow. God, it's gorgeous. It really is. Oh, yeah. See, now, even up in here, we're going to give it little bits of stuff. There we go. The cadmiums. My gosh, the cadmiums. But the children, who will think of the children, the cadmiums? I know, right? So sad. Anyhow, get a little bit of yellow in there, a little bit of that. This will never dry this bright, but you get the idea. Okay. My promise to you, next time I work on a small painting, we will be doing a better job of this. Camera placement. Yes, right? Okay, there we go. I've given myself too damn many details to paint. Too damn many details. I think we've got like one more pass with white and black, and then we will be getting the stars. And hey, unlike last week's painting, which by the way, I really loved the cat painting last week. We will be finishing that one up separately. Thank you. Yeah, no stars in that one yet. So it's been a couple of weeks since we've had a stars on a painting. I'm very happy to report we will be doing that tonight. So there we go. Okay. Going back to the black. Companies realize they could label cadmium-free on Series 2 paint. Yeah, seriously, right? You notice that too, Jinja. Yeah. I don't know. I do notice that the cadmium-free versions are definitely inferior to the cadmium ones, but they're really damn close, and you'd honestly have to be... You'd have to be a real jerk to be like, it's inferior. So, and it is inferior. So, yeah. Here we go. Let me restore some of the really cool contrast back here with my blacks. I have not reviewed this music, by the way, so it's just whatever's coming out of the thing. I take no responsibility for the content of the music. And remember, people, join my Patreon and you'll be notified of all the new projects coming up. It's really exciting and helps support the stream. We're getting very close to monetizing, though, so I'm very happy that that's happening. It's going to be cool. I think by the end of the year, everyone, we're going to have a monetized YouTube channel. Yay! And all the perks and benefits therein. Yay! Thank you all for your help and support. I really appreciate it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Need a few more of these windowy things because I covered some up. And we are going to... There we go. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Where else do I need some? There we go. Okay. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Now we're going to get it back to my white paint. I play B-horror movies in the background, like oh, that's awesome. I'm having star withdrawal, she says. Thank you. I love the B-movie idea. You know, I'll comment on that in a second. Yes, emojis. Yes, definitely emojis. I'm not against them. I'm against the simultaneous virtual signaling and price gouging. I know, right? Seriously. Really annoying. Yes, we will get emojis. Once we're monetized, we will be able to... I will be able to bring back the space frog and star flicking emojis. Thank you. I've missed them too. We are not far from it. Yeah. So B movies. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of them in a long time. I realize though that I have seen a lot of these movies multiple times, as probably many of you have. Stephanie, however, led a bit of a deprived life growing up when it comes to B movies, science fiction movies. So we had a night where we just, nothing sounded good to watch, and I went over to Tubi and found Earth versus the Flying Saucers, mainly because we wanted to watch Mars Attacks, but I didn't want to pay for anything, so... So we watched that, and it was hilarious. I love it. I love Earth versus the Flying Saucers. It's terrible. It's terrible only in a good way, right? So we watched that, and then Saturday night, I haven't seen The Blob in many, many years. So we watched the Steve McQueen debut starring role as Steve in The Blob. Good taste. There we go. Oh, we had such a good time. As she said, it was better than Earth versus the Flying Saucers. I can say that. I will not do a Stephanie impression. That was her comment. It's hard. If you haven't grown up with this kind of garbage, wonderful stuff. It's tricky. It's not garbage. I love these movies. And then I tracked down This Island Earth with, is it Hugh Marlowe? I forget who's in that. No, Rex Reason. Oh, for God's sakes, he's terrible. It's a crazy movie. It's not my favorite of the classic movies, but it's pretty cool. It does have some amazing stuff in it, so, you know, that's kind of fun. Yeah, and I really want to see the Time Machine. I haven't seen the George Pal Time Machine in a very long time, so I'm kind of on. I think we're going to do a Saturday night B-movie kick. And darn it, I wish it was easier to do like a shared movie night on YouTube, because I would definitely be all over that. We could, you know, maybe I'll do that on Patreon. Maybe I should do a Patreon members only let's watch a movie, because I can't do a movie watch and list the video, right? It's immediately gonna get zonked. I should look into that. I don't know how other people do that. I know there's tons of people that will do you know, movie viewings, right? I should look into that. The original Thing from Another World. Oh, that's on there too, Space Knob. I want to get that. Oh, you watched the old Time Machine movie on CBS TNT as a kid? Yeah, that was one I always look forward to seeing. It was really cool. I like it. I'm gonna take a moment and put in some hero stars here before we get to the main attraction. Want to get a few in here that will be seen through the mist. Oh yeah, maybe one more over here. Look at this. Another one there. Here, we need one over here too, so maybe we'll do that and that. But yeah, YouTube has lots of free movies with ads. That's where I found This Island Earth, so I need to keep looking. Shared movie night. You think Handsome does that in Discord? Oh, cool. Yeah, okay, all right. I should look into that. I definitely should look into that. There we go. Beep, beep. Let me get some yellow dots in there. Okay, I need my paint. We're getting some stars in, folks. I think I'm going to call that, yes. What did it say? YouTube has a lot. Oh, that's what you said. Yeah, the YouTube one. Yeah, thanks, Gold, right? That's, you know, we have a good friend, another streamer friend of ours that used to do this, but he also didn't really... He was less concerned about that because it was on Twitch. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna get I'm gonna let those kind of sit for a second, but I do want to get some white into the cores. There we go. Into the planet core. I know right now these are kind of looking like measles. All right, there we go. Got some hero stars in the mix. Let's do it, folks. Where'd that one go? I'm going to use a little different one tonight because the other one, I don't know where it went to. That's all right. There we go. All right. So let me get some. So when I do stars, I'll just get a good watered down paint here. You don't want it too watered down. And I'm actually going to add a little touch of yellow to it because I don't want it to be too bright. Let's grab some of this paint. And I got a little thick. There we go. And it can really just be whatever you've got on your palette too, right? There we go. All right, let's give this a test flick here, shall we? There we go. All right, here we go, folks. Stars upon Mars. Here we go. There we are. A little too much. There we go. A little too much action there. Let's see. I should do this so I can kind of Control it better? Yeah, there we go. Oh, they're really small. I don't like this. I don't like this brush. They're too small. Dang it. Maybe I need more water. There we go. Yay, we found some star emojis. Thank you. There, that was a mistake. Shit. Sorry. Oh, sorry, swearing. Ah, beep it out. Beep it out. No. Oh, boy, babes. Really did that one a bad number. There we go. It's a style. Man, I tell you what, I wish there was an undo. I would totally take that one back. But we're going to go with it anyway because, yeah, you know, whatever. Oops. There's no oops. What are we saying oops for? Can't do that? That's all right. We'll just do some. We'll clean this up. It's all right. It's a stylized painting, right? That's it. It's stylized. Yeah. Heavily stylized. Oops, first mistake. Oh no. Oh, yes. I really don't like that. Doing a little Marvin here. There we go. That's okay. It's fun. It's a painting, right? There we go. Not bad for a first one back, right? In Casein, in many years. It works. Well, still good. All right, there we go. Stars attack. Exactly. Okay. I think the last thing I need to do then is maybe get myself a little bit of a signaturino down here. There we go. All right, let's put this on down. There we go. Little sea doll there on the bottom. I'll try to pick it up and bring it to the camera here a little bit. Hang tight. There we go. All right. There we go. Let's do this way. There we go. There we go. And I think I can get in good and close. There we go. That's kind of fun. Oh, we do it like whoosh. Dun 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 dun. It was fun. Here we go. Thank you for sharing the star process. I love the stylized stars. Yeah, I kind of dig it too. That was a fun one. I really kind of had fun with this one. Very cool. Thank you so much. And look at this great palette. The palette cam view. How fun. Yeah. So I'm gonna call that one for the week. That was a good time. Thank you everyone who voted on the Discord. Hey, let me make sure I've got that shared. If you're not on the Discord, let me go ahead and find it, shall we? Hang tight here. Da 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 da. Where is share server? Oh my gosh. Okay, hang tight. Let me see about this here. I'm having trouble doing things. There we go. Thank you, Edie. I appreciate that. Thank you. Love the detail on the ship. Awesome. Whoops. All right. The other thing over there. There we go. All right. Let me do this. I'm gonna get the Discord server. I want to share that in case you didn't want it. Where is that? There it is. Okay. Invite people. There we go. Hidden. Send the servers in light for a friend. Hidden. There we go. Boink. I think this is the one. There we go. If you're not on the Discord, there's a link to the Discord, and you're welcome to join the Rigel Prime Discord. There we go. And that's a good way to keep in touch with everyone in the group. And I always post things over there, what's happening. If you want to follow along, though, on social media, I am Blackbird CD over on Instagram and whatever's left of Twitter. I'm not even going to mention it anymore. Space Art by Christopher Dahl over on Facebook is another good place to check it out. And as always, if you want to support the stream, I would appreciate it. And it would definitely help keep the lights on around here. Please consider joining the Patreon. That will be, we're getting a lot of things going on Patreon. I've actually been posting weekly. Yay, a multiple weekly. And there's some really cool stuff. I just finished what I think might be my favorite book cover work in a very, very long time. I've done some cool ones this year, but this one's kind of like next level a little bit. I stumbled onto that. So if you're looking for a book and you want to reach out to me, feel free to drop me a line over at the website or drop me a line here. There we go. All righty, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for a wonderful Wednesday night live stream. I almost said Tuesday. That's where my brain's at. I never get out, right? There we go. So yeah, and the hair needs to go a little bit. So we're gonna have the model coming up, model live stream coming up very, very soon, but probably not this weekend because we are gonna be out of Dodge. We're heading out of town, but I'll post this on the Discord. Can you show us the book cover? I'm only showing the book cover to people who are on the Patreon because I cannot release it out to the general public, Edie, and this unfortunately is the general public. So only for paid subscribers, unfortunately. It's the only way I'm allowed to show it, honestly, because book covers are typically kept under wraps. But I have many others on the website you can take a look at, and it'll probably go out to the public within about 6 months, so I'll definitely be sharing it. There's almost a 6-month backlog on revealing book covers from the art, and I've done 4 this year. Really looking forward to sharing it, though. Thank you, everyone. We will see you all next week. Take care, stay safe, and ad astra. Cheers, everyone.
All right, so I've taken my white paint with my little fan brush here, and let's just see how crazy this goes. This is where I throw paint everywhere. that just kind of gives it an air of legitimacy that it doesn't deserve. You know?
I have Bob Ross the shit out of this painting.